Morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good evening, afternoon, whatever time it is you may be watching this. This is Matt Krikorian giving you the preview show of Golden State Racing, aka Pleasanton, this Sunday. First post is at 12:45 p.m. Next week I'll be bringing to you the Breeders' Cup preview show. You will be on your own for Pleasanton. As the Breeders' Cup only happens once a year, Pleasanton will be happening continuously around the year. There's also a wine fest that will be going on at Pleasanton for both Breeders' Cup days, so it'll be very interesting. Come out to the track, or don't. I don't know. I don't really care. But anyways, we're moving on into the first race. 5.5 furlongs, claiming event of $4,000. My top selection will be the number 4. Lila at the Beach. Went out at 6 furlongs last time in a $3,200 claiming race and came in second by 3 lengths with a speed figure of 63. So a pretty slow one, but not much can be wanted by or asked for from a Northern California horse. Well, actually, this horse went out to GRP. I feel like that's Grant's Pass, but I'm not sure. She ran there twice before deciding to return back to Pleasanton now, I guess. Up at Ferndale, she ran out of 2 $4,000 races, one of which was the claiming race, non-winners of 1 year, and won that race. So congratulations to Lila at the Beach. My second selection will be on number 1, Canham Gal. Look like an I. Went out of Fresno in a 5.5 furlong race, put up 104 with a speed figure 67 in a 62.50 claiming race. Came in 5th by 5.5 lengths, now drops down into a $4,000 race. The lowest that this horse has ever run for. But I personally think that she could get around somewhere and hit the board relatively somewhere nearby. Moving on into the second race, 1 mile and 70 yards for fillies and mares 3 and up. $16,000 non-winners of 3 life. My top selection is the number 1, Angel. Has hit the board in the last 3 starts. 2 at Fresno and 1 at Santa Rosa. The one at Fresno was in a claiming race, non-winners of 2 life, and won by 3 lengths. And the previous race was at a mile in 1 minute and 39 and an allowance of $50,000. Put up a 79 speed figure and lost by only half a length in second. Has been running relatively in the mid-speed figure area. Doesn't really like the turf that much. Can run on the turf, though. But prefers the dirt more, in my opinion. Ran at Pleasanton once, but that was in the sprint, so we'll forget about that. Did, however, run second in a race at Pleasanton way back when. I would probably assume last summer. I believe, actually, I do remember Angel running last summer. My second selection is the number 2, Castagna, I believe. Ran at Fresno on the 4th of October in a $50,000 allowance. Came in 6th by 12 lengths. Broke the maiden at Santa Rosa on the turf in a $20,000 race. And won by 3 lengths in 1:39 and 3. At Pleasanton, at 1 mile and 70 yards in a maiden 25. She ran second by 2 lengths, which is the only start that this horse had at Pleasanton. So maybe this horse likes the track at Pleasanton and could run away. Moving on into the third race at 1 mile and 70 yards. Claiming event of $4,000. Fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have not won a race since October 1st, which is, 3 weeks ago. My top selection in this field of good amount of 7 will be the number 5 Shelby Gold. Went out at Emerald Downs in a $5,000 claiming race on September 8th. Came in 4th, 13 lengths off. Earlier, though, won by a neck in the same type of race. And won. This horse was just 4 wide on the turn in the Emerald Downs race in which she lost. Excuse me, I'm a little tired. And ran from post position 4 last time. So it would seem that they stacked up moving into the turn. This time she's running from post position 5. So hopefully she doesn't get a terrible trip. She does like the inside rail. Has hit the board every time she's had the rail. Did one time run from post position 5 at Emerald Downs and won by a nose. But it's just up and down with this one. So we'll see what happens with her. Then number 3, Desert Rumble, will be my second selection. Ran at Fresno last time at a mile. Finished it in 140. Came in second by half a length. The 66 speed figure. Overall, this horse has been hitting the board. Not winning, but hitting the board. Will probably hit the board again at Pleasanton on this 3rd race. So we'll see what happens with how it turns out. Moving on into the 4th race now. 5.5 furlongs. Claimers going 5.5 furlongs of $5,000. Non-winners of 3 life. My top selection will be the number 5, Juliet's Kitchen. Ran at 5.5 furlongs last time at Fresno in 105 in a $10,000 claiming race. Came in 4th by 2.5 lengths. Earlier at Ferndale, ran in a 12,500 race and came in, or 12,500. Came in second by a length and a half. In the last, we'll say 5 starts, has hit the board, either being 4th. And in all these starts, excluding 2 of them, she's hit the board consistently. So, running with the idea of having a very high chance of hitting the board. Unfortunately, one of those races that she ran in 6th was at Pleasanton. So, maybe the summer track just played a little differently than it normally does, which I can believe that 100%. I've seen it happen. I've seen upsets. In fact, at Los Alamitos, they have a very big bias for summer racing, with all their long shots that hit the board all the time. My second selection will be the number 4, Gentle Julia. Went at 5.5 furlongs at Fresno in a $5,000 non-winners of 2 life, and won that one. Earlier at Ferndale in a 5 furlong race in a $4,000 non-winners of 2 life. She also won that one by a length, or by 3/4 of a length. Manuel Americano, I believe, I guess is a new jockey because he hasn't really run that much. This year he's had just under 200 starts, won 17% of them. So congratulations to him. He's won 31 of those starts. That's always a good thing. Moving on into the 5th race. That is a field of 8 in the 4th race. The 5th race, 6 furlongs maiden of $27,000. This one has got a lot of first-time starters, so with the breeding and looking at it, I don't really see much. But my top selection will be the number 7 here, Going South. Ran at Fresno last time in a $25,000 race. Came in second. Excuse me. Ran second by half a length. In a $25,000 mile race, we'll forget about the mile. This horse can run sprints also at Emerald Downs in a 5.5 furlong race. $24,000, lost by a nose, and 104. All three of the starts have been a speed figure of 65 or higher. So we'll see how the race will pan out, how fast it'll be. I don't really know if it's going to be that fast. I would think that it's going to be at a decent speed. But my second pick will be the number 4, Your Sweet Baby, mainly for the breeding of Dancing Candy. One of the horses that was I believe a stakes horse who won a couple of races. Don't remember which ones though. I think it was might have been the Santa Anita Derby. I'm not sure. No, I'm not. I don't know. But Dancing Candy, from or out of It's All Yours Baby. Never heard of that damn. But the sire I know. Adrian Castellanos with the assignment is 6 for 1 on the meet so far. So for the first weekend he was 6 for 1, which for 2 days of racing that's not too bad, I'd say. This race also does have an also eligible, which is number 11 Got Soul. Ran at Del Mar on a turf sprint. That's it. So experimenting with the dirt up north. Sixth race, 6 furlongs optional claiming event, $50,000. Non-winners of 1. My top selection will be in Famous Angel. I saw this horse run in the graduation stakes at Del Mar. Naturally, he got blown out entirely. Ran 9th, 16 lengths off. Did break a maiden of $41,000 at Del Mar in a 5 furlong sprint in 59 seconds. Ran second in a 59-second race at Santa Anita. That win was at Los Alamitos. This horse is a first-time gelding, so we're playing with the hunch play of first-time geldings, which has worked out for me a lot recently. Not little, but a good amount of times it's hit. My second selection will be the number 4, Just Trust Me. Also an LA horse. Ran at Santa Anita in a $50,000 last time on the 6th of October. And ran up the track. But prior to that, ran in 2 races of $50,000, and both those margins were within a neck. One was winning by a neck, and the other one was second by a neck. So the $50,000 price tag does seem to be the right place for Just Trust Me. We'll see how he works out on Sunday. But for me, it'll be 1 and 4 in the 6th. Last race, the 7th. Final post of 3:49 p.m. Of course, that is an estimate. Field of 11 set to go with 1 also eligible. My top selection will be the number 2, Stylish Dress. Ran at Sacramento in a 5.5 furlong race, which was at $10,000. I have no idea what 9 or 10,000 optional or claiming race of 10,000 or 9,000 non-winners of 2 life. Came in second by a length. Earlier broke the maiden at Pleasanton in an $8,000 maiden claiming by a length. I have no idea what the track record is, nor would I really care at the moment. This horse has hit the board in the past starts since moving up from LA, has continuously hit the board. This is the horse's. This horse has had a 6 streak of hitting the board in the minor placings, with one of which was a winning race, so I guess one of them wasn't a minor placing. But we'll see how Stylish Dress works out in the nightcap. My second selection will be the number 5, Shadow Thoughts. 5.5 furlongs at Santa Rosa and a claiming race of $8,000. Came in 4th by 6 and a quarter lengths. Earlier ran to Santa Rosa, a second slower than the previous race that I just talked about, and won by 3 lengths. Also has had a ton of minor placings since February 4th. All the starts since February 4th, in fact. All the races this horse ran since February 4th have been in minor placings. And one of which was a winning race, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races in a row this horse had in minor placings. We'll throw out the Santa Rosa race and see how that'll pan out. The number 11 is Union Harbor, who, in my opinion, is also a pretty good horse to run on this field, but we'll see how that works out. Well, that tidies it up for me, for my preview show for you at Pleasanton on Sunday, October 27th. Hopefully you'll get a couple of winners, either by my influenced bets or just by your natural handicapping style. This is Matt Krikorian wishing you best of luck wherever you may be playing from. Next week we will have the Breeders' Cup preview show, or I will have it. Hoping to bring on any announcer, maybe someone, or someone in the horse racing industry. If not, it'll be just me once again. In the meantime, I'm wishing you good health and good luck. Goodbye.